Hey y'all, I'm Demetra Carter, and today we are joined by Villanova's Marco Langon, fresh off of a 3:33:38 at Raleigh Relays, now NCAA number two all time in the 1500 meter. And now you have a new NIL deal with Diadora. Marco, welcome. I'm excited to have you on. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you, ma'am. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good. Oh my goodness, you call me ma'am. You kind of aged me a little bit, but I'm doing really
Nah, nah. You don't look like a man. You don't look too old. Don't
thank
worry.
you.
You're good. My bad.
No, you're good. But this is so exciting. You're signed to Diodora. What does this signing mean to, especially like in this stage of your career?
I mean, it's really cool. I remember my sophomore year when I saw my teammate Liam when he signed an NIL deal, and we have another kid on our team, Ben, on an NIL deal. I was like, damn, I would love to get one, and I know like it would really help me out in the situation I'm in, and this was honestly like just a blessing, and to have it be Diadora, I think it's even more special because it's not really a brand too many people would expect someone to sign with in the terms of running. But I'm so happy I did it, and I'm happy they had faith in me to want to sign me. So I'm really thankful for the opportunity.
I love that. How did this partnership come about? I know you say like there's other people on your team who have different deals. How did it come about? And then how did you know that Diodora was kind of the right fit for you?
Yeah, so believe it or not, I worked a lot when I was in high school. I worked in the kitchen, I worked in a restaurant, but I also worked in a running store. And even like throughout, like since I've been in college, I've been any time I'm not at school, I'm always working at the store or a restaurant. And my running store, Runners High, was owned is owned by my high school coach, Rob DeFilippis, and he's known a bunch of different like shoe marketers and all the heads of the companies. And I know one of my friends, Rob Napolitano, he ran for the company Diodora, and Rob, my high school coach, kept pushing my name into the paper, and he's like, "Listen, guys, like." You kind of want to get on this before it's a little too late. You really want to hop on the wagon soon before it takes off. And they really think they were a bit hesitant about it because they didn't really know anything about NIL. But the more Rob kept pushing my name to them, they were like, you know what, screw it, like we're gonna start talking to him. And I ended up writing up a letter, like a 1 page letter, like on a Word document about just explaining like who I am, just kind of short and sweet. It reminded me of like writing a college essay, and I sent that to them, and that's kind of where they were like, "Oh, this kid has like kind of a story to tell, and it has a lot about him. Oh, more than just running. That's just like a man in general." And I believe that that was like a big part of it. So Rob ended up getting me a meeting with them, and that's kind of how it was. And I had agents reaching out to me after I ran 13-14 at BU, but they weren't necessarily reaching out like beforehand when I thought I was like running fast enough to be able to get a deal. But I mean, the ones who I were talking to, like they're still definitely in my corner, but I'm not working with them right now. And who knows what'll happen after college? But for right now, it's kind of just my high school coach who got me this whole thing done, and it's cool being able to do it with him because he's like the closest thing I have to a real father, and he's definitely done so much for me. So I'm thankful for that.
I love that. I love that it's your coach too, because you already have that relationship and you know that he like I think agents you kind of go through like it's kind of like dating. You have to interview, figure out the agent's really good for you. But like your coach, you know him, you know he has your best interest. So I love
Yeah, I didn't want to have to go through that whole speed
yeah.
dating process of finding an agent or something. So, yeah, with Rob, I mean, he's every morning, like after practice, when I'm walking to breakfast or class, I'll always call him. So it's like every morning I'm calling him and talking to him. So for him to do that, it's like whenever I need something done, he has like 24/7 access to the head of Diodora, Brian Porter, and then I have 24/7 access to Rob. So it's kind of just like if I need something, like they're just great. They're amazing people.
I love that. You don't have to tell me the details. What was in your letter to them about what to know about you? Was there like was it your major? Was it where you're from? What were the details?
Well, the mix of both. I kind of started out how there was a point in my life where my actual father, my biological father, left me and my mom, and it was
Mm,
definitely a struggle and put like a huge insecurity onto me. And I feel like those insecurities I had kind of almost put my life into a downturn spiral. And like I was just doing dumb stuff all the time, and I wasn't really like focused on anything. And then I started to realize like I got to stop feeling sorry for myself about stuff like that, and that there's people going through way worse than just that. And I mean, we didn't grow up with like a lot of money. It wasn't like I could get anything I wanted at any time I wanted. It was kind of hard, and like if I wanted to get something, I would have to work and be able to afford it for myself. And my mom recently, she's going through a divorce that got done, and now it's up to me and my mom to help pay the mortgage, or to not help, to actually pay the mortgage, or
Yeah.
else, like it's just responsibilities. And I'm kind of knowing that, especially going into this year at school, it was rough. And I think now that I kind of got this NIL deal done, I want to, I could just focus on running hard, running faster, because I don't want to lose, or I don't want to fall behind on it. And I think it's a good weight that got lifted off my shoulders to know like I have money now to be able to help my mom with stuff like that, and be able to. I have a little sister too, Gia. It's like one of the most important things in the world to me, and I want to be able to give her anything that she wants. And she's getting to the age now where she wants to be going out with her friends, doing things, and like doing all her makeup and stuff like that. So I want to be able to help pay for stuff like that for her. And because like when I was younger, it was like kind of hard to be able to get everything I wanted. So doing that for her with a single mom is now like something that's really important to me, because I don't want her to have those insecurities that I had growing up.
No, absolutely. So when were you introduced to running? And then when did you realize like, oh, I'm actually good?
So one of my mom's friends, she said that I reminded him of Marty LaCory, who was a runner
Mhm.
for Villanova back in the day, and he went to Essex Catholic in New Jersey, and just like the way he ran and like carried himself and everything. He's like a North Jersey kid, and he said like, and this was when I was running. I was running cross country in 8th grade, and he was like, "Yeah, like he looks like Marty LaCory when he runs." So we had no clue who that was or what that
Yeah.
was or nothing like that. But then I started to realize I could be good my freshman year of high school, when I was running the cross country, and then I decided to do indoor track. And during indoor track, I won New Balance like the freshman mile at nationals. And the thing was I didn't care about winning it. I just did not want to lose at all. Like I just did not want to fail, because I thought it was the most embarrassing, defeating thing in the world. And I had no plans of going to college. I just wanted to kind of sit around, hang on the street, and be a bum. That was kind of my plan of what I wanted, or work in a restaurant or something for the rest of my life. And then my soph my after my freshman year, my two friends, John and TJ, they they ran in college and everything, and they were some of my best friends that I got introduced to because of running. They got me more and more emotionally attached to the sport, and realized like that long runs are important. Not just going out doing 5x200 every single day is the only thing you got to do. You got to be able to enjoy the easy runs, and enjoy the place that we run at called River Road, which is a place in Bedminster, New Jersey, that pretty much everyone knows about now because of my Strava. But it's like those places mean so much to me, and because of them, I started to fall in love with the sport. And then my sophomore year, I got an injury, and I was like, damn, like this sucks. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna just drop out of high school. I'm done. Like I don't want to run. I don't want to do school. I don't want to do none of that. And then my there was a gym teacher at my high school named Hank Hamrod, and he kind of told me like you have a gift, and you don't want to let that go. And he kind of kept motivating me to just say, you know what, like I'm going to stay in school, I'm going to train, I'm going to do everything I can to get back and try to be at the top. And he said you could get a full ride to university, because I had no clue that that was like really a thing. I didn't know one of my family, like they didn't go to college or nothing, so it was like I would have been the first one. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this. And through that, I met my high school coach, Rob, who coached at the school, Red Bank Catholic. But I met him through like a mutual connection, because of my injury. And everyone was saying, like, you got to get trained by someone else who knows what they're doing. And out of a kindness of Rob's heart, and out of a favor that he owed to someone, he ended up coaching me. And from him coaching me, it became him turning into like my dad. So, yeah.
I love that. That's so exciting. I can't wait to finally watch you race now too. It's kind of like a subtle weight lifted off your shoulders. Because it's like you got the NIL deal, now you can really just run fast. So I have to ask, I don't know if you got your full shipment of things yet, but do you have a favorite product so far?
Mm,
Or that you're looking
favorite
forward to get? I'll let you choose.
Favorite product? I mean, I'll shut. These are just like they're beat to hell right now. I
I
jumped into
like
the
it.
ocean with these on a while ago, and I completely forgot I had them on. But whatever these are, they're like I don't want to say another shoe brand or anything, but they're
But
like,
I'm with you.
but you know what they look like.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what they look like, but I love them. I love the color black. That's my favorite color. And I love them shoes, so they're really cool because I like that's like an everyday shoe that I wear like constantly, and I wear the hell out of them, so I love them. And I mean, for their running shoes, my favorite shoe right now is the Adamo Star that they just released, and I think that shoe, whenever my legs are beat up, and after I did like a workout or something like that, just like a long day, because we have really long session days, I just wear them for my morning run for the 6 mile jog, and they just feel unbelievable. Like you just don't even feel like you're running. You kind of just feel like you're just floating on air. So they're cool. I like
Love
them a
it.
lot.
And black goes good with everything, so I support black being your favorite.
Exactly. You know what's up.
All right, I want to dive into pin relays a little bit. So you were part of that 4x mile squad that ran the second fastest time in the world at pin relays. One, what was that moment like for you? And two, I heard there's a rumor that y'all are going for a record at pin relays. Talk to me about it.
uh, yeah. So honestly, we don't care what we run at Penn Relays when it comes to time or anything like that. The only thing that matters to our program is winning the wheels. And obviously, like you want to win national titles, and that's our main objective. But for other teams like UVA, I don't Wisconsin, Oklahoma, what Washington, Georgia, like they don't got to go to this meet. Like they could just stay on the West Coast, stay in the Midwest, stay down south, whatever. No matter what, every year Villanova has to go to this meet. This is a meet that our program was built on. As I'm like looking into the office right now, I could see 4 Penn relay wheels like right in front of me, just from random years. Like this is, and like all the pictures on the wall, like all Penn relays. That is the most important thing to our program. We have like 122 Penn relay wheels, and we just want to keep collecting them because that's a connection that we have with the alumni who come back every year. At the table that I'm sitting at, every Thursday before Penn relays. So Thursday, the relays are Friday, Saturday. Every Thursday morning from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock, you could come in here any of those hours, and there's just 9, 10 alumni that'll just be in this office that you could talk to, and they'll tell you memories of when they won the wheel, like partying after the wheel, like that's a tradition that we have at this program. And I don't care what people say, like, oh, Villanova's only known for Penn relay wheels. That's all they're good for. Like, that's the connection we have with the alumni. We're going to keep going back every year, and our main objective is to win the wheel. It's not about how fast we run. And I think the fact that we ran that fast is pretty cool because we kind of gave Marcus a bit of a scare because Marcus, another alumni here, Eamon Coughlin, who else was on the relay? Eamon Coughlin, Ray Flynn, and I forget else was on the relay. To be honest with you, maybe something Sullivan, whoever the fourth guy was. Oh, Frank O'Mara. Frank O'Mara was on the relay. They're 4 Irish guys, and they were all on the relay, and they hold the world record. So we wanted to be able to try to beat their personal best, so we could always give shit to Marcus, and just like whenever he tells us to do something, we could be like, we have the record, so you don't got to tell us what to do no more. Like, just like kind of playful, but it's just cool to see how much history we have in the relays. And I mean, we're always saying like, yeah, we're gonna break the world record this year, but like at the end of the day, if the record's not broken, it doesn't matter because we're gonna get the wheel.
Yeah, period.
That's
I like
that's
that.
yeah. You gotta have that confidence in that because that's like if we're not getting that, it's not it's like pretty much just not an option to us. We have to win at all costs, especially at Penn relays.
I love that. Well, I'll see y'all at pin relay, so I'll be there cheering for
Yeah,
you.
excited to see you there then.
It's gonna be a fun one. So with
Absolutely.
Theodore in your corner now, I know you say you're not chasing time, just trying to win. How fast do you think that you personally couldn't go with them in your corner now?
In what? Like,
You could give me every event that you plan on running this year. I'll let
I
you
mean,
decide.
yeah, like just break all the collegiate records, I guess. I don't know. I never really think about running fast. Time is just an added bonus because, like, it doesn't matter how fast you run, it matters about winning.
Mhm.
Like, if you ask any runner, if you ask every runner in the U.S. who's Alan Webb, I guarantee you there's not everybody is going to know who Alan Webb is. But if you ask everybody who Matthew Centrowitz is, people are going to know Matthew Centrowitz because he won the Olympic
Yeah.
gold medal.
Yeah.
That's it. And he ran a 350 1500. I don't
Yeah.
even think he would have won the girls race that year, like or the women's 1500. So like it doesn't matter how fast you run. It matters as long as you're winning titles. You know what I mean?
No,
It's
100%. Have you
yeah.
seen the I'm sure you've seen it. People are like, would you rather break a world record or get an Olympic gold medal? And every single athlete's like the gold medal. Like records will be
Yeah.
broken. Like
Yeah.
everybody wants to win.
Exactly.
And most non-athletes are like, I want the record. And it's like records are cool. Don't get me wrong. I respect it. But like somebody's always
Yeah.
going to run faster, but they can't take away the fact that you won.
Exactly. I mean, you could go up to anybody in the world and you'll be like, I have the 1500-meter world record. People are gonna be like, all right, cool. But you tell someone you're an Olympic gold medalist, people are gonna know. Everyone knows what the Olympics is, so
Yeah.
that's what matters.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, so just winning's really on my radar, and I think with the help of Diadora, I'm going to be able to get better training where I'm actually recovering and not just on my feet 50, 60 hours a week, whatever, just be able to relax in the summer and have fun and be able to race around Europe and at the U.S. trials. I'll be still racing for Villanova, but I think having the support of Diodora is going to help me 100%.
I love that. Do you have a playlist that you listen to before you compete?
To be honest, I actually don't listen to music at
Okay.
all the second I get on the bus. The second I get on the bus, it's just like I think about the race. I like kind of dwelling in my own stress because that's like, I don't want to look back at my running career and say that I was able to wash away all my stress with music. I wanted to be able to
Mhm.
know that I'm able to manage it and I was able to deal with it like myself and not have to have some outer force helping me. But in the shower, when I get like ready to race so far out. Like I'm like 5 hours out. I have everything on. Like after I do my shakeout, 5 hours before the race, I will have all my racing kit on. I look ridiculous, but I'm like as ready to go as possible. But while I'm taking a shower, I kind of put on whatever I'm really feeling, and a lot of what I listen to. I mean, obviously a lot of rap, but I would say top three songs I'd put on is Red Nation by The Game, Shook One's Part 2 by Mobb Deep, and Heard About You by D Rose. And D Rose is like a New Jersey drill rapper, so he's cool. He's from
I have to look
Plainfield.
up D Rose. I knew everybody except him.
Huh?
And I said I need to look up D Rose. I know everybody
Yeah,
except
yeah,
him.
yeah. He's cool. He's up and coming for sure. But a bunch of my friends at home listen to him, and whenever I like hear him, like just like in my car blasting, and my teammates get so mad, it kind of just reminds me of home and my friends. So, yeah, it's cool. They're gonna love hearing the fact that I said that. So,
I love that. I love
yeah.
that so much. Okay, so I do have one more question. Well, a few more questions. But so when you're getting ready for the race, I know you said you're not listening to music. Are you a talker, a not talker? Like what's the vibe right before you race?
I'm not gonna go up to someone and talk to them, but my coaches like they won't really give me that much advice before races, so I'll kind of like play up the stress and act like my heart's racing more than it is just to get more answers out of them. But nah, I've definitely more recently have actually had more anxiety going into races where I'm like, it's to the point where I can't even pick up a cup of water because I'm
Mm.
shaking that badly and I'm just so nervous. But that I know it's each their own, but for me that's something that I think helps is being able to have those nerves because it just shows you care and it shows that your body knows what it's getting into. It's like your body knows that it has to accept that you're not going to back down from any sort of pain really. It's more my body knowing I'm going to push past its limit, like or its mental limit to, and then surpass its physical limit as well. And I would say, like if someone comes up to me, yeah, I'll talk to them, but I try to like keep the talking to a minimum, because I feel out of breath, your heart's racing, you don't really want to have to deal with that. I mean, before NCAA's indoor, before the 5K, it was literally such an emotional race to me that I couldn't even function 5 hours out from a race. I had to go on a walk with my coach, like a 20-minute walk around the block because I was just so like stressed up and I had such high expectations and I was able to manage them pretty well. And then the next day during the 3K, I was kind of able to just have fun with it. And I didn't really feel that pressure. But then like I was worried that I didn't feel that pressure. So I'm like, shit, am I going to be able to perform?
Yeah.
And I did all right. I didn't really do what I wanted to because it became such a tactical affair. But there was really nothing I could have done about that. So it is what it is. I would say like you gotta just be able to manage your race your own way. So if music helps with that, it's not a knock. Like it's just that's not what works for
That's not
me.
what you do. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I
Yeah.
respect it. My final question, and I'll get you out of here. So you got a Diadora NIL deal, NCAA number 2 all-time mark, and a few school records with your name on it. But off the track, what's something that people might be surprised to know about you? So we already got through the music. I was surprised by that one. But is there like a hidden talent, guilty pleasure, pre-race ritual? Like what's something that most people don't know?
Hmm. Something most people don't know.
Yeah, that's a
I
loaded
mean, I feel
question, I
like
know.
yeah, I feel like a lot of people know I could cook because I work in a restaurant. That's like I feel like something a lot of people would know. And I mean, on my Instagram, you'll always see like I go on live and like it'll just be me cooking with my friends or like me, like pictures of me working. Uh, but I could do magic tricks, like card
Okay.
tricks, because I would always try to hustle people for money when I was a kid. So I would be like in the mall or something like that at a table doing 3 card Monty, which is like it's like there's 2 queens and 1 ace and they're flipped over and you mix them around. And anytime someone tries to guess where the ace is, they have to bet $5. And if they don't get it, I get $5. And that was something I did, and I would just scam everyone with it. So
Right.
there, a lot. I feel like a lot of people now know the trick, but like back then, like no, not a lot of people knew it. So I was able to get away with it a lot.
I
But
don't
that's
know the
how I,
trick, so I will, if I see you, I will not be participating, but I'll watch from
yeah,
like the corner.
yeah. So if I was the age I was, like if I was like 10 years old and I wanted to buy a pair of Diadora shoes, I would have to hustle people for money and then get the shoes myself.
I love that. What's the
Yeah.
game called?
3 car Monty.
The Karma. I think that so I went to LA on like I think it's Hollywood Boulevard maybe. They
Yeah.
still. It's like
Yeah. It's
if
like
you
the
ever
king
need
of
to like
Sheldon.
get a couple extra dollars, LA, not everybody knows the trick.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you see people on the street doing it, you're gonna lose all your money because you'll see people winning money.
Mhm.
So like
Yes.
I would have like one of my friends go up to me and like win the game or some shit. Like they or like my friends' older brothers, like they would win and they'd be like, "Oh, I got money," and then more people would be more intrigued, and then you would do it again, and then the other people would lose their money. So it was kind of like just a little hustle that me and my friends would have going on.
I love that. I love that so
Mhm.
much. All right,
Yeah,
my final question for real
yeah.
this time. All right, 3 words. Can you describe what it's like to have this partnership with Diodora?
3 words.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. 3 words.
Yeah,
Ah, family. Damn.
I put you
Family,
on the spot.
greatness, and confidence
I
are
love
three
it.
words. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for hopping on this interview with me. I am so excited to watch you race at Penn Relays. And again, congratulations.
Thank you so much, man.